NordVPN is one of the top VPNs on the market. NordVPN provides performance boosts, making it the fastest VPN. With 30-day money-back guarantee, please consider grabbing the latest deal linked in my description. Hello friends, welcome. Thank you for clicking on this top 5 best vehicles to sell in 2022. What you see in front of you is Dubsters on Dubsters on Dubsters. Dubster 2s, by the way, Dubster 2s. This is important. So we have Platinum, and look at that. Now we have Gold. Now I'm going to show you how to get two of these vehicles. Each of these vehicles in different flavors. And also I'm going to show you how to get all of these vehicles. There will be a total of 5 vehicles. Sum it up, there will be at least like 2 different ones within the same ones. But ultimately, there's 5 vehicles, there's 10 different colors of each vehicle, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do just that. So with that intro out the way, be sure to drop a like on the video, and let's get started. First vehicle on this list are Ballers. Ballers can be found all around the map, regardless of the time of day, regardless of the location. And it's not time sensitive. When you find one, grab one. It usually sells for about $9,000, and there's 2 different bodies for the Ballers. We have this body, which is a bit square. Then we have another one, which is a bit kind of like not square, but not really. They're both good SUVs to start from. Like I said, they sell around about $9,000. Doesn't matter the body. You can get them literally any time of the day. And each color, it doesn't matter the color either. But there are 2 different designs to them. 2 different designs. So we have, like I said, this is the square body design. Then eventually I do find a different body design for the Baller. But like I said, it really doesn't matter which color, what style, like what type of model the Baller is. Once you find one that looks exactly like that one, pick it up, take it to the custom shop, sell it for $9,000. And again, you don't necessarily need to worry about the time of the day. You don't need to worry about where location precisely on the map. They just kind of like pop around. So grab one, pick you up, and then done. As I mentioned before, like, you can find them all over the map. I actually was not looking for one, and I found both to put them side by side. So here's the second one I actually found in the previous like gameplay I had, and then this is the first one I actually found in the previous gameplay. So like I said, you can just find them any time of the day. Actually just finished up a mission, and I'm just spawning into Paleto Bay, and there we go, done. So the next vehicle on the list is Rat Loader. Rat Loader is a bit different from the Baller. The Baller, like I mentioned, you can find anywhere at any time. However, the Rat Loader is time sensitive. So I actually start up a job. I'll start up a couple jobs for this so that I'm not racing against the clock. I know their location, I just have to be mindful of the time of the day. So this is the first mission I started up in, was Time to Get Away. However, it didn't work for me. I could not for some reason like get it to spawn, so I got frustrated. And I ended up going to a different mission. These 2 missions that I've used are actually, they have it so that the 12 o'clock middle of the day is locked. So I did time of the day, and now this one is Chopper Tail. So within Chopper Tail, however, I actually was able to find it and get it. Both models, both the yellow and the green. So initially I found the yellow one, and then eventually I found the green one. For some reason, I usually use the Time to Get Away for finding vehicles, but for some reason it just would not spawn. And I was there for a while. I just kept going back and forth. And that's pretty much what you gotta do for some of these vehicles. You gotta make sure you go farther enough so the game can reload or can add in. So like this vehicle, as you see, I don't think there's any vehicles around in the parking lot at the time, but you need to go farther away to have the vehicle to spawn for you to even collect it. So that's what I ended up doing. I just went far away, came back, and then it spawned. So it was great. So yeah, actually there's no vehicles in the parking lot, I don't think. So this yellow one spawned, and then eventually the green one did spawn. So here they are, side by side. Then I'm going to show you what they actually sell for. When it comes to the Rat Loader, the top seller is the yellow one, which sells for $12,975. Then the low seller vehicle, when it comes to Rat Loaders, for the green one, sells for $10,975. Decent amounts However, as I did mention, I did spawn this in a mission, so I have a house nearby, so I just put the 2 vehicles at a house. Eventually, when I got to free roam, that's when I had access to custom shop. Moving on to the next one, Sentinel XS is one of the better vehicles in my opinion when it comes to frequently spawning. So if spawns in free roam, there is actually not a mission that you can get this to spawn, but it does spawn in free roam. Also, you gotta be mindful that I had to make sure that no one's around. I'm actually doing all of this in like a friends only or invite only session, so no one's around at all. So I was able to spawn first the low seller vehicle version of this, so it's the yellow one, and it sells for $14,970. That's how much you'll get for selling this vehicle. However, the better selling one is the blue version of this car, which is ultimately the top seller, which goes for $17,420. Pretty good for just spawning. And West Vinewood, everyone pretty much knows where that's at. And if you don't spawn on your first try, just do a loop around. I actually show where it's at on the map. So if you're confused, just do like literally a loop between those 2 blocks, or just about a block basically, and you'll spawn them pretty fast. You don't need a vehicle, you don't need this vehicle to spawn it. As you saw, I use pretty much a adder for both, and that's pretty much it. Done and done. The next vehicle on this list is Sinking XL. Sinking XL does not require a whole bunch of patience, and I love that because I don't have much. However, you do need a Sinking XL in order to spawn more Sinking XLs. So once you have a Sinking XL, a personal vehicle, then you're gonna head over to the actual spawn location. My first try, this is so great because again, once you have one, you're good to go. But however, my first try, I was able to spawn the blue Sinking right away. The blue Sinking is actually the best seller when it comes to the 2 different types. So the Sinking for this one sells for $18,495. The next one, I'm gonna show you exactly how to spawn that one actually in the gameplay right here. It basically, as I mentioned before, all you really need to do is make sure that you kind of go away from the location and then kind of help the game to force spawn it. That's pretty much it. You don't necessarily have to take this route or do this method. You just have to make sure you go away, come back, and you go away farther enough, and then you basically loop yourself back to the location. So now I'm coming up, and I'm actually near the prison. So I'm coming up near the bushes. You're gonna want to slow down, and then eventually you'll see it straight ahead. It'll spawn it. There we go. So the yellow one is actually the one I spawned, and the yellow one sells for $17,525, which again, not bad. These 2 vehicles actually spawn in a mission, contact mission. When in doubt, always contact mission because these are time sensitive vehicles. Here's the location marked on the map. Also, when I mentioned that I have a garage for this location, around this location for where the Sinkings spawn, if you want to invest and maybe farm some Sinkings, I definitely suggest it because then you have access to it, your garage, in the contact missions, and you can keep getting up to 6 Sinkings, and if you want to do stuff like that. But that's definitely something I would suggest. And then finally, we have Dubsta 2. This is like my go-to, pretty annoying, but definitely my go-to favorite vehicle to spawn because when it does spawn, the payoff is pretty well. Like, you have 2 different versions. You have the gold and you have the platinum. Either one, it surprisingly sells the same price. I don't know why they did that, but you know, Rockstar. So I'm gonna actually spawn the one I like to, when I want to spawn these vehicles, I definitely like to spawn them in contact missions. I don't know if you noticed, but that's my go-to. So the first try I actually did was it pulled it off. I was able to spawn me a gold in a contact mission. Again, the contact mission I'm using for this is the time to get away. This is another time sensitive vehicle, and here's the location. This is in the middle where the custom shop in the city is, in the middle of the city. Well, more or less in the middle of the city. Oof, not really actually, but yeah, the main one, the popular one. So you can find it here, whether in free roam or contact mission. But like I said, this is a contact mission version of me getting it. Then I moved over to another spawn. There's up to 3 locations where you can find the dumpster 2s on the map. Again, just want to point out that this is a contact mission. I'm in Time to Get Away. I usually do these during missions that are locked at 12 o'clock. So we pull up to this location. Again, that's another location near the custom shop. And I was able to successfully find another dumpster. Dumpster 2s for me definitely take long. They're the most patient you have to be when fighting vehicles. Pretty much all the vehicles are nothing compared to dumpsters. I usually don't find that many dumpsters around the map like that. Moving on to the third and final location when it comes to spawning the dumpster 2. This is another one that's by the custom shop. This is a different custom shop. All three of them you can find ultimately in the city near the custom shop. This one just happens to be near the airport, and I was able to spawn one. So that's basically what it will look like. As you kind of saw, I kind of slow down when I'm towards the water. You don't want to go too fast. Usually for these, you don't want to go too fast and drive too fast, and that's where their location at. Even though those 3 locations, about 2 other ways for you to spawn a dumpster 2. The second way to spawn it is to become road captain within somebody's motorcycle club. I actually had assistance with this. So these 2 methods I'm going to show you are going to be done in free roam. So that means we're going to be racing against the time, racing against the clock. Like I said, I've been using contact missions in order to get the particular vehicles, especially the dumpster, in a mission so that I'm not racing with the clock. However, this helps if you don't already have a dumpster 2. I would definitely only suggest doing this if you're trying to get a dumpster 2 to become a road captain and spend only like $1,000 in order to spawn. In my opinion, $1,000 investment is not bad, because then the sell cost is over 23,000. So here we go. I was able to spawn it. It did take a few loops, definitely did take a few loops in free roam, but nonetheless we was able to pick one up and get it and collect it. So while in free roam, as I mentioned, you're able to obviously have access to the custom shop. But then the custom shop, this is what the price tag looks like. Same as I kind of mentioned. It's always going to be literally the same. For the gold and the platinum, the gold and the platinum comes up to be, or sells for, I should say, sells for $23,250. Again, I'm not sure why Rockstar did it like that. I would assume one would cost more than the other, but as we all know, Rockstar logic. If you happen to have a penthouse within the casino, give Mrs. Baker a call. She'll give you access to service vehicles, and within those vehicles are a dumpster 2. Once you receive your dumpster 2, you then have access in order to obtain a regular dumpster 2 for you to be able to use that personal vehicle to spawn more, like in contact missions, as I definitely highly recommend. So there you go. There are all the ways in order for you to obtain all the vehicles, and I hope this runs true and hope it helps you.